Okay, you will have an opportunity to retest on your Unit 1 World Geography test. You'll first go through this Ed Puzzle review, and once you have gone through this Ed Puzzle review, you will make arrangements with your teacher either through email, a verbal conversation, or Remind 101 requesting that you get an opportunity to retake the open-ended retest for Unit 1. It's important that you pay attention to what I'm explaining to you or describing to you so that when you take your open-ended test, you have a good understanding of how to show mastery. For this test, you had 3 standards that the state wanted you to learn about. You have 9A, 9B, and 20A that you needed to learn. We're going to start going over 9A. 9A states that you should be able to identify the physical and/or human factors, such as river systems, that constitute a region. So in world geography, we have several regions that we look at. For 9A, we look at Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa, Southwest Asia, Central Asia, South Asia, Southeast Asia, Northern and Eastern Asia, Europe, North America, South America, Central America and the Caribbean, and Australia and Oceania. So basically, you need to be able to identify specific river systems, specific countries, specific continents, and specific oceans. So let's go through the questions that you had for 9A. Question 2 is tied to 9A, and it stated which physical features are correctly paired with the continent in which they are located. The correct answer here was C, the Yellow River belongs in Asia. A was incorrect because the Ganges River is actually in South Asia. It goes through India. So you needed to know that Ganges River is in South Asia, not Europe. B is incorrect because the Nile River is actually in Northern Africa, not South America. So the Nile River is actually in Northern Africa. It goes through Egypt. D is incorrect because the Mississippi River is actually in North America, not South America. So the correct answer for question 2 would have been the Yellow River, and that belongs in Asia. The next question that you would have had on your test would have shown you this map right here. And the question asks, the darkly shaded country is. So you're looking for this country that is shaded in the dark black shade right here. The correct answer for this one is C, China. This shaded area here is China. Japan is right here next to China. It's actually an island country out here. Russia is up here above China, so Russia would go up here. And then India is down here below China. They actually share the Himalaya mountains, but India is right here. So your correct answer for this shaded area is China, C. The next question that you had on your test that was tied to 9A showed you this map right here. This is a map of North America and Central America. It says the map featured above is an example of a blank map. The correct answer for this one would be D, physical map. Physical map is going to show you river systems, it'll show you mountain ranges, it'll show you plains, it'll show you anything that is physically made on a map. So your correct answer would have been D, physical, because it shows you the Rocky Mountains, it shows you the Sierra Madres, the Great Plains, the coastal plains. A is incorrect because this map is not showing you cities or states within a continent. B, a climate map would have shown you the climate, whether it would be a tropical, a arid climate. B is climate, so this is not showing you climate. C, a thematic map would have shown you something that has to deal with economic systems, or deals with political systems, or deals with a certain theme of geography. So just know here that a physical map is showing you the physical features that are present in a region. The next question on your test would have been question number 10, and it says the shaded region in South America is what physical feature? So you're looking at this shaded region right here, and the correct answer for this would have been D, Amazon rainforest. The Amazon rainforest covers primarily Brazil, but then it also covers some of the, a small portion of it covers some of the South American countries right here. The Andes Mountains go all the way down the west coast of South America, so they would have been here, and it would have been a shaded pretty much straight down the coast of South America. Argentina and Chile are countries within South America, and clearly the shaded area here is going across country lines, so it couldn't have been one of those countries. The next question on your test would have been question 12 for 9A and asked which letter correctly identifies the Rio Grande River. So here you had to know that B, the Rio Grande River, goes up along the Texas and Mexico border. So B would have been the correct answer. Question 13 is your next one on the 9A, or tied to 9A. It says on the map above, which ocean is the letter A identifying? So the ocean that is between Africa and North America and South America. So the correct answer here would have been B, the Atlantic Ocean. If we were looking at the Indian Ocean is right over here. C, the Arctic Ocean is right up here. And D, the Pacific Ocean, you have it here. And you also have it over here because of the way that this map is split. So the hemisphere that it's showing you, you have the Pacific over here and the Pacific over here. So the Atlantic is actually where hurricanes are popping up now that are coming to the United States. They start over here near Africa and they come up here into the Gulf of Mexico. So the Atlantic Ocean is where they're starting. The next question tied to 9A would have been which of the following contains only continents? So here you had to know what your 7 continents were. So the correct answer here is D, which is Europe, North America, Asia, Antarctica, South America, and Africa. These are your 7 continents. In A, the one that is incorrect is the Atlantic Ocean because the Atlantic Ocean is not a continent. In B, Russia, China, and Chile are actual countries within a continent, Russia being in Asia, China being in Asia, and Chile being in South America. C is incorrect because you have Alaska, and Alaska is actually part of North America. So the correct answer here is D. Those are all 7 of your continents there. Next, we're going to look at the 9B, which states I can describe different types of regions, including formal, functional, and perceptual regions. So a formal region is linked by physical or human features. Physical features can be landforms, soils, climate, and vegetation. And human features can be a common language, religion, or political systems. So a formal region is a region that they have similarities or similar characteristics that make it a region. So the people can all speak Spanish. The vegetation can all be tropical. Those things would make a formal region. The next type of region would be a functional region. A functional region is made up of a central place and surrounding areas that are affected by it. So a functional region serves a purpose, a function. So like here in Houston, we have downtown. Downtown has jobs. That's where people go and work. So it serves a function for all the surrounding areas like Pasadena, Clear Lake, Pearland, Sugarland, Katy. And then all the transit systems, all the freeways and the interstates that run and allow for cars and buses to go down, that would be considered a functional region because they serve a function to get people to and from a place. Then you have perceptual regions. A perceptual region may have different boundaries depending on who is describing the region. So this is a perception of what people see or think an area or a region is like. and this may not be based on factual evidence or actual characteristics. So if I sit there and say down south or the Bible Belt down south, some people might think that the South United States is a religious place, that it's considered the Bible Belt, but some other people might think that it's just, it's not necessarily completely religious. Perceptual regions, it's like if I sit there and say, Texas, if you go to Texas, you're going to have cowboy, everybody's going to be wearing a cowboy hat, everybody's going to have a horse, and you're going to, see a bunch of, cowboys and stuff like that. That is a perception, because if you really come to Texas, does everybody have a cowboy hat on? Is everybody riding a horse? Or everybody cowboys and cowgirls? No. So it's perceived, or how people see that region. So a perceptual region it can change from person to person. So on the test, we had several questions. This first one says the New York Metropolitan Area is a functional region because the region is linked, the correct answer would be D, is linked together by transportation networks, commerce, and television broadcast. So basically everything is serving some type of function to make the city work. A is incorrect because it shares a common language, history, and culture. That would make it a formal region, and we're looking for functional here. B is incorrect because it has people who arrive from many different countries with diverse experiences. That's a perceptual region. And then C is perceived in literature, films, and the media as being a unique and special place. That would be a formal region as well. Here it says formal regions are characterized by, and the correct answer would be clear boundaries and common features. The word common being that they have something in common. Formal will always have something in common. Human feelings and attitudes, A is incorrect because that is a perceptual, because it's based off of feelings and attitudes. Formal regions are characterized by a common purpose. It throws in the word common, but a purpose, it would be features that you see, not a purpose. And D is incorrect because transportation routes would make it a functional region. The next one, which would be, which of the following terms describes an area that has a common landform, soils, climate, and vegetation? So this word common and the fact that it's landform, soils, climate, and vegetation would tie it to physical features. So this would be a formal region. The next question on your test was, which type of region is pictured above? So here you see the road map of the Houston metro area. And basically this shows you all of the roads and highways that have to be taken in and out of the city. So it says which type of region is pictured above. Because of these transport and these transportation networks, this would become a functional region. So those transportation networks make this a functional region. Okay, the next question. The Piney Woods of East Texas. The Piney Woods of East Texas is an area of dense woods and forests that gradually transition to plain areas towards the west. The area was once home to the Caddo Indians who lived close to lakes and along the few rivers that crossed the area. The climate in the Piney Woods is generally humid due to its proximity to the Gulf coastal plain, but gradually less humid towards the north. The Piney Woods are across as many counties and includes only a few cities of any size. Why is the Piney Woods considered a formal region? And the correct answer here is the area shares common vegetation, landforms, and climate. So this is a formal region, the word common, physical features. Your next question, in the U.S. it is common to use phrases like back east, out west, the Midwest, or back home. All of these phrases are common. The way that you interpret them may not be the same way that I would interpret them. These regions are the way we view the world, and our viewpoint may be different from someone else's. So basically, the way that you interpret them might be different than the way somebody else does. Which type of region is being described above? This would be a perceptual region. Okay, the next one is 20A. I can describe the impact of new technologies such as global positioning systems. GPS, maps and routes available at a click of a button, found on cell phones, computers, and navigation systems, and it's used to guide drones and high-tech weapons. For both of these, you just needed to know that advances in satellite and global positioning system technologies have had the greatest overall impact on crab fishermen in Anchorage, Alaska. And then here, which of the following has been a useful benefit of global position?